Hello and welcome back. Now, Joe Biden has hit back at claims his memory's not up to scratch after the special counsel leading an investigation into him cited significant limitations in the president's memory. The Republican counsel said Mr. Biden willfully retained and disclosed classified files, but decided not to charge him. President Biden used a news briefing to defend himself.
My memory is not good. My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I become president. I'm an elderly man and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet.
Well, I'm joined now by a spokesperson for Republicans overseas, Jennifer Ewing, and US political commentator and comedian Erich McElroy. Very warm welcome to both of you. Erich, let me start with you. Obviously, we see the news here, constant stories about Joe Biden's memory. Now, seemingly an official report saying that in hours of questioning, he was muddling up dates, couldn't remember when he was VP, couldn't even remember when his own son died. This must be big news in the States.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't a great political day for Joe Biden. And, he came out and he robustly defended himself, pointed out that he'd stepped forward for the special counsel that was about documents that he had ended up with after he'd left the vice presidency, that he'd been completely open with the special counsel, that he provided all the information, that he hadn't tried to not answer questions, that he had gone into this willingly for 5 hours, just a day after the 7th of October attack in Israel. So he might have been a little bit distracted by that. But the bottom line is the Democrats have to deal with the fact that he is in his 80s. He is an elderly man. He maybe has moments where he messes up things a little bit, but as do we all. And that's why he's trying to get back to focus on the things that he has done for the American people over the past few years, which is like an infrastructure bill, the economy's on track, unemployment is low. That's the message they're going to keep coming back to.
Erich, sorry to interrupt, but I know we're tight on time. Do people really want him as the Democratic candidate? I mean, surely you can do better.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe they could, but this is where we're on trajectory to go. And no one stepped forward who is viable to challenge him. And the Democrats have put forward staying with him because he has been a tremendous president. Now, is his popularity low? Yes, just as low as Donald Trump's is on the other side. Neither in polls across the country. People don't want either of these two men running, but both parties seem to be on track to nominate them. So that's where we are.
Jennifer, Erich's got a point, hasn't he? I mean, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place with Trump and Biden.
True, and Eric's correct. I think the latest polls are 75% of Americans do not want to see the grudge rematch of President Trump versus President Biden. So he's right on that. With regards to what we saw yesterday, I mean, this is an entirely new level of, these are not gaffes, and true, you do live TV for a living. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
This is beyond that. And let's not forget that a lot of what this report was referring to took place in 2017. So that was 7 years ago. It was when he was doing interviews for the book that was written for him by a ghostwriter. So that's 7 years ago, and they were already concerned about his cognitive decline then.
And Jennifer, actually, that reminds me now, I was looking back over the last day or so at some of Joe Biden's interviews and speeches and press conferences back in 2016. He's a different man then. I mean, he was so much more cogent and on the ball then than he was now. So your point about this referring to 2017 is even more damning.
Well, absolutely. And the thing is they went into the 2020 election knowing this, I mean, his family had to know, the Democratic Party had to know, but they, wanted to put somebody in there, whether you want to call it Obama 2.0 or Obama's third term, but this is not somebody that should be leading our country. I mean, on a human level, it's sad and it's also very dangerous.
Absolutely. Well, Jennifer and Erich, thank you very much. But we have come to the end of the hour. Coming up after the break, more on that break.